Hello. For today's workout, we're going to need a towel. This is just a regular bath towel, but don't pick your fluffiest, biggest, bestest one. So we're going to fold it in half that way, and then just like tube it up. So you want it to be not too thick to grip once it's in a tube. Oh, today's workout. We're going to still do a full body workout, but we're going to focus a lot on neck alignment, neck stability, just relationships of your head and neck to everything else. So for the warm up, which we will do standing, you're going to put the towel behind your neck. Bring your elbows just a little forward of your shoulders, and then with your arms, you're going to create a slight upward pull on the towel. So it rests right into where your neck meets your skull. And we are going to use stable arms, but we're going to try to create a little traction to help elongate your neck in your starting position. Okay. Second position for your legs. Heels a little wider than shoulder width apart, toes turned out, and then you're going to bend your knees. Not too deep because we're going to stay here for a little while, and I don't want to fatigue your thighs yet. Let's begin with a flexion and extension pattern. As you exhale, round forward and let your elbows curl in a bit as you do. When you inhale, open the elbows wide, keep that lifting traction and lift into extension. Exhale, curl forward looking down at the floor. Inhale, wide elbows, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, draw your abs in as you round forward. Inhale, stack the spine, come through neutral into extension. 2 more, flex forward. And inhale all the way up. 1 more time, rounding forward with the upper body, then opening the chest, lifting from the heart to look at the ceiling. Return to neutral. Just reset that upward pull. How about a side bend now? As you exhale, side bend, dropping 1 elbow toward your leg. Inhale, back up. And then exhale to side bend over. And inhale to lift. With your top arm, try to create a gentle traction so you're still supporting that sense of a long neck. Let's do that 4 more times. As the arms push up on the towel, you can keep the top of the shoulders heavy out of the ears. 1 more time, over and lift. Rise back up, rotate to the side so we're in a staggered stance, ready to do a lunge. From here, bend both of your knees. So your torso is still vertical with your weight over your back thigh, and just kind of settle into that lunge. You're going to rotate towards your front knee. Inhale as you twist. Exhale, return to center. Inhale to rotate, and exhale to return. I'm keeping my arms in the same relationship to my shoulders and torso the whole time, so everything just moves as a unit. 1 more, and return. Now I'm going to extend my back leg and shift forward into a fencer's lunge position. Bend the back knee and return to that vertical normal lunge. So I'm going to shift forward, bend the knee and shift back. Shift forward and back. And 2 more of these. I want you to stay in that last fencer's lunge. We're going to rotate again towards the front knee when you inhale, back to the knee when you exhale. Back to the floor when you exhale. Twist and return. Try to stay in a straight line, foot to head, like you're in a plank on an incline. 1 more time. Rotate and return. Let's dial it back to that lunge. Whoop, come on back up. All right, pivot around to the other side. I'm going to pull your arms down for 1 second to reset. You sure deserve to. All right, create that upward traction. Make sure your chin's lifted, chest is open. Settle down into that lunge. Okay, so you're going to twist towards the front knee first. Let's take an inhale breath to rotate. Exhale, return. Inhale to twist, and exhale, return. Rotate and back. And 2 more times like that. And 1 more time. Now into that fencer's lunge from here. So still with that feeling of elongating. Head, ribs, and hips stay in line with each other. Bend the knee, come on back down. Shift forward to fencer's lunge. Bend the back knee to return. So I'm using my quad to push myself forward, hamstring to pull back and down. Reach, tuck it back, and forward, back to vertical torso. Let's stay leaning forward on this one. All right, so I'm going to get the weight into that front leg. Inhale, rotate to the front knee. Exhale to return. Inhale to twist, and exhale back. Rotate and return. And let's do 3 and 2. 1 more time. Again, just dial it back, find that lunge, come on back up, turn back to center. All right. It's going to take a layer off. Okay. Down to the ground. Let's kneel on your hands and knees. Put the towel aside for now. This is not going to be an all towel workout. I just wanted to use it for a couple things. All right, cat stretch. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and take a second to just feel your weight. Just kind of rock it a little bit and settle to where you're even between your arms and your legs. As we're going through this motion, I want you to put a little pressure on the thumb pad part of your hand. So you're creating a little rotation of your upper arm towards external rotation. Try to keep that as you cat stretch. Exhale breath, you're going to tuck your tail under, start to flex the spine up to the ceiling, and hang the head to look down at your knees. Hold your flexion for an inhale, trying to focus your breath into your mid-back. When you exhale, stick out your tailbone and start to flatten your spine. We're going to go through neutral, lift your chest and chin and come into a slight extension. Stay here and take an inhale breath. When you exhale, tuck your tail under, compress the abs as you're rounding your spine, spread your shoulder blades apart, hang your head to look at your knees. Hold there, put your inhale into the back of the body. When you exhale, stick out your tailbone, flatten the back, open those collarbones, lift your chin. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck the tail under, pull the abs in, try to make a nice even C shape through the spine. Hold there, keep pushing away from the floor as you breathe in, and then exhale, roll it back out, tail to head, passing through your neutral and into your extension. Turn your hands around so the fingertips are facing you. And now you're going to do a small weight shift back toward your heels and then forward onto your wrists. Back towards the heels and forward to the wrists. I think I could remember the word wrist considering I am majorly stretching those forearms. And 3 more rocks like this. And 2. One more time and release. All right, let's turn your hands back around. Alternating thread the needle. When you exhale, reach one arm underneath the other and go into a twist, and then inhale to return. You're going to weight shift back as you rotate and return. It's going to feel like your hips are going back, but you're kind of sticking your butt up to the ceiling. So you're almost neutral. Yeah, neutral on an incline. That's a real thing. One more to each side. Last one, and twist and return. All right, let's head down onto your back. All right, grab your towel again. Let's work with your knees bent and your feet flat on the mat with a little space in between your feet. Hold the towel above your chest. And I'm going to have you start out just turning your towel back and forth. I'm going to say as far as you can, within reason. But if we let the arms overlap a little bit, going past vertical with the towel, you'll get a little stretch in your deltoids. And let's do 4 and 3, 2, and 1. All right, bring it back to that horizontal position. Try to feel the back of your ribs against the mat right now. You're going to work to stay in a neutral alignment with your rib cage as the arms reach overhead. So let's do an exhale breath. Reach your towel overhead, but only as far as you can move the arms without the ribs popping up like that off the mat. Inhale, take your arms back up over your chest. As you reach your arms overhead, use your exhale to hug your ribs together and anchor them down to the mat. Inhale to lift back up. Exhale, compress the abs, slide the ribs down in the opposite direction that the arms are moving. Inhale up, and 2 more times. Exhale overhead, and inhale lift. When you go overhead, get the range you've been working, and then come back off of it by just a couple inches or a little higher. Now I want you to alternate shrugging one shoulder and then the other. One and then the other. Now with the towel up like this, you'll find when you shrug, the shoulder blade lifts and rounds forward a little. Let that happen. That's on purpose. 4 and 3, 2, and 1. All right, get those shoulder blades flat. Now you're going to bridge, lifting your hips up, and at the same time, bring the towel to your thighs. Then as you inhale, lower your hips and reach your arms overhead. As you exhale, lift your hips to bridge, towel to the legs. Inhale, lower back down. And exhale, curl up. Inhale as you return. 2 more times. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. 1 more time. Bridge up, bringing the towel to the thighs and reach the arms overhead. All right, so we're going to go into the ab prep next. I'm going to have you crumble up your towel so it's more like a blob or ball or oval blob ball. And you're going to put it between your knees. That way we won't lose it. It'll also get you to use your inner thighs a little bit more as we go into the ab prep. So you're going to set your body up in a neutral pelvis, ribcage, head alignment. So you have just a little curve present under your low back and your neck, simulating what your posture should look like when you're standing. And then hands behind your head. All right, angle your elbows forward a little bit so your arms feel like they're cradling your skull. Let us begin. Inhale before you start. Nod your chin as you exhale. Curl up your head and shoulders till you're at the bottom tip of the shoulder blade. And then inhale to come back down. As you exhale, flex forward, giving your towel a little squeeze, and inhale to return. When you start the lift, begin with a slight tuck of the chin, so you end up looking at your thighs when your head's up. Inhale, lower back down, and exhale, flex forward. Inhale, return. Do 1 more crunch like that, and inhale, return. Let's do a pulse next time. Crunch up on your exhale. Now rock back just a little, crunch back up, and come all the way down. 2 pulses. Exhale, curl up, rock back a little, squeeze the towel and lift. 2, and lift. Come all the way back down. 3 this time. Curl up on your exhale. Now rock back for 1. Towel squeeze. 2, crunch up. 3, crunch up. Come all the way back down. Exhale, flex forward. Now rock back for 4. Squeeze and lift. 3, lift. 2, and 1. All the way back down. 5. Exhale, curl up. Now rock it back for 5. Lift. 4. Lift. 3, and 2. 1. All the way back down. Last round, 6 in a row. Exhale, curl up, and then rock it back for 6. Lift. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. All the way back down. All right, we're going to flip over onto your stomach. Now, this is like half of what I wanted you to have a towel. I want you to fold the towel however you need to create a support for under your forehead. So, you may not know till you try. I'm guessing this. I'm doing that. Yeah, that actually works. Let's say you made your stack too high, though. You can just like unroll, one little flippity flap of it till you get it just how you like it. Okay, that's important. Now, that lets you have some room to breathe here. So you want it under your forehead. We're trying to create a pretty neutral head and neck alignment. If you have large breasts, you may need a little more toweling just to accommodate that so you don't feel really smushed, so you could grab a second towel to be propped up a little bit higher. Okay, arms are at a W. Let's begin first by working on just some upper back extension, just some basic. When you breathe in, you're going to lift your gaze, trying to see past the towel. You're going to press your forearms into the mat, and you're going to rise up till you have 1 or 2 ribs on the mat. And then you're going to lower back down as you inhale, sequencing through each rib, and then your neck and head. And again, inhale, lift up. Try to slide your shoulder blades back and down as you lift your chest. And then exhale, compress your abs, lower back down till you're flat. Inhale as you lift up, opening your collarbones wider. And exhale, lower back down. Now, lift up again as you inhale. This time as you exhale, we're going to reach your arms back by your sides. And then inhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. And again, so we're going to take some load away, hands go by your sides, and inhale to return. 1 more time, arms by your sides, and return, lower back down. Next, bring your hands behind your head. Sorry for the static there. In my starting position for this one, elbows are going to be angled forward, touching the mat. I feel microphone's in a weird place. Okay, your head's going to stay touching the towel. No, I cannot execute this with this microphone here. Your head's going to stay touching the towel. And I'm going to have you lift your elbows. So it's going to feel like you're pinching your shoulder blades together just a little bit to get those elbows wide. Now, keep the elbows drawn back, and I want you to straighten your elbows. And the arms will go out at an angle, kind of like you're making a W. Hands go back behind your head, and then lower your elbows down to the mat. Let's try that again. So you're going to pull those elbows back to hover them. Now extend the arms to make a W. Hands go back behind the head and lower the elbows down. It's going to be an inhale breath. Pull those elbows back. Exhale, extend out to the Y. Inhale, hands behind the head. Exhale, lower your arms. One more time. Pull those elbows back. Exhale, reach away. Hands to your head and lower back down. Now let's bring your hands to your low back. Now here again, you want to start flopped forward, but it's okay if your elbows don't hit the mat because we're pulling them back anyway. This time, you're going to inhale, draw those elbows back. Those feel like they have little tiny wings. And then you're going to straighten your arms, reaching your hands back and up away from the floor. Bend your elbows again, hands behind your low back, then let those elbows flop forward. So it's going to be an inhale, draw the elbows back. Now exhale, straighten the arms, palms face up towards the ceiling. Inhale, hands come back behind your back. Lower the elbows down as you exhale. Inhale, pull them back, open that chest wide. Exhale, tighten your abs, extend your arms, lift a little behind you. Inhale, hands come behind the low back. Exhale, lower back down. One more. Inhale, pull the elbows back, tighten your abs. Exhale, reach the arms back. Inhale, hands behind your back. Lower those elbows down. Okay, let's get off our bellies. I'm sweaty. Sit back onto your heels. For such little motions, that really got me. All right, round forward. Take a nice big inhale into your back. Stay here for an exhale, drawing your abs in just a little deeper and relaxing your neck and your shoulders. You're going to take one more breath in at the bottom. When you exhale, you're going to roll up into a sitting position. We're going to stay seated. And I'd like you to sit in a mermaid position. So one leg flipped back, one leg flipped forward. Since we have this towel out, if you feel really uncomfortable at the hips or at the knees sitting like this, if you take your towel, put it under just the hip on the front leg side. That's this one. I'm on the sit bone, the sit bone of that, which leaves this hip some space to kind of rock and move. If you have that space, you can get the pressure off the knee or where you're tight in your hip. Okay. Place one hand on that front knee. Other arm's going to go out to the side. When you breathe in, I want you to push down into that front knee, and you're going to rotate away from it. At the same time, lift your chest so you're in a little bit of extension. And now when you exhale, I'm just going to switch my hand to the other side of the knee, turn towards it, and bow my head and shoulders forward so I'm flexed. On the inhale, I'm going to rotate away from the knee, open the chest, look at the hand. Exhale, turn towards that front knee and bow down. Inhale, rise back up, feeling expansive with the breath. Exhale, compress from your abs, release tension in your neck and shoulders. And inhale up. Two more times, rotate and flex. Inhale all the way up to the top. One more time, exhale, curl forward. And inhale as you lift. All right, let's switch arms and legs and towel side if needed. All right, rest your hand down on your knee, other arm out to the side. So I'm going to rotate primarily for my chest, let the head and neck follow so I'm looking up at those fingers. Inhale there, get a little more lift with the breath. Exhale, rotate towards the front knee, bow your head down. And then inhale, turn away. Remember to push down into your leg to help you twist. And then you could push into the other side to help you turn into the flexion. Inhale, rotate away and extend. Exhale, draw the abs in, relax the neck, spread those shoulder blades. Inhale, let the shoulder blades glide together again. Two more times. Exhale, curl forward. And inhale, rise up. One more time. Flex forward, bowing your head down. Then lift your chin, look up at your hand. All right, let's get off this. All right, towel back to its original function. We're going to leave your knees bent, a little space between your legs. You can go with a flat foot or toes up if that makes it easier to stabilize. I'm going to have you start sitting up straight on your sit bones with your arms overhead. You're going to take an inhale breath here. When you exhale, you're going to half roll back from your pelvis, lower your arms down to chest height. You're going to take an inhale breath, lift your arms up to the ceiling again. On your exhale, curl forward over your knees. And when that happens, and then when you inhale, stack back up to vertical. Exhale, half roll back and lower your arms. Okay, now you're going to keep your low back rounded. Inhale, arms lift overhead to increase the load. Exhale, curl forward till you're over your sit bones again. Now keep your arms in line with your ears, stack up. It can be kind of challenging to find vertical there. It's great for your upper back. Exhale, half roll back, lower your arms to chest height. Keep looking forward at the wall. Inhale, take your arms overhead. Now, as you round forward, your gaze will change. You're going to look down at your shins. And then inhale, stack up low to high, find that vertical. Exhale, half roll back, lower your arms. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, curl forward over your knees. And inhale, stack up tall. 2 more times, half roll back as you exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, curl forward towards your legs. And inhale, roll up. 1 more time, half roll back, exhale. Inhale, arms lift. Now exhale, flex forward, dive to the legs, and inhale to sit up tall again. Straighten your legs out. Feet are going to be flexed. Reach your arms forward at chest height. And I want you to keep your arms as high, but then flex forward so you're rounded over your legs. Let's roll all the way down to your flat on your back. So you're going to take an exhale breath, tuck your tail under, start to roll back, and it would be normal for you to feel like you're sliding backwards a little as you lay down. And then you're going to reach your arms overhead about half the distance towards the floor. Now let's see if we can do a full sit-up. You're going to inhale, take your arms up over your chest. Exhale, nod your chin and curl forward. And if you can't get all the way up, just lift as high as you can and just wait. You'll build endurance while you wait for me to catch you on the way back down. Now start to roll back, tucking your tailbone under. Feel that energy down the back of the legs, out through the heels. Lay out flat, reach your arms overhead. Take an inhale, arms up over your chest. Exhale, nod your chin, pull the abs in, keep curling forward. Remember to keep your towel a little higher than your toes. Inhale breath, start to roll back, tuck your tail under. Exhale, unravel, lay out flat, reach the arms back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, nod your chin, curl forward. Draw the abs back as everything else reaches towards the wall. Inhale, start to roll back down. And exhale, unravel, reach your arms overhead. Do one more full one. Arms up as you inhale. Exhale, nod your chin, curl forward, and reach towards your legs. Inhale, start to roll back. And then exhale, unravel, reach overhead. Last one like that. Arms up as you breathe in. Exhale, nod your chin, curl forward, reach towards your legs. And then inhale to sit up tall. All right, let's try a little side bend. Because we're focusing on the neck, I want to do the short side bend where we just balance on your knees. So you're going to stack your legs up in a double mermaid position. You're going to line your hands up, hand up, so it's even with your knees. When I say hands like that, I always imagine there's like 10 of you here in a class. You don't exist. I'm not crazy with imaginary friends. Okay. This motion I did wasn't just because I'm weird. That was actually the important motion. When we initiate our side bend, the movement has to come from here first. We need to initiate the side bend by dropping the shoulder and shifting the ribs over to get this part of the flexion. So just play with that with me. You kind of push away with the heel of your hand, drop the shoulder, and it pushes the ribs over, okay? Then we're going to pass that energy, add your legs in, we get to our full side bend. Let's do it. Exhale breath, press into the heel of the hand, drop that shoulder, lift your hips up, and then make your side bend. As you inhale, sit back down onto the hip. And again, exhale, hips go up, head falls towards the shoulder, and then inhale to lower back down. So in protecting the neck here, getting the shoulder to drop, make sure we can recruit the neck muscles, but without fully shortening them, because they're going to play a role in how the shoulder blade moves, how the shoulder functions, and then how the head goes into the side bend. 2 more times. Squeeze your inner thighs like you just have one big leg, side bend over, and drop. Last time. Exhale, up and over, and inhale as you return. Let's swing your legs around to the other side. All right, so we've got the legs stacked up again, fingers spread wide, other hands resting on your legs. All right, so just like on the other side, just give me a little bit of that like wiggle, get that mobility, make sure you're feeling the shoulder blades shift down and over. Good. All right. Press out through the heel of the hand, lift your hips up, let your head fall, make that side bend, and then sit back down into the mat. And again, exhale up and over, and inhale to drop. See if you can notice your glutes here. They're pushing your hips forward, so everything ends up in the same plane when we're in the side bend, and lower back down, and then up and over, head falling to the bottom arm, and return. 2 more times. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, back down. 1 more time. Up and over, side bend. And inhale as you return. All right, let's come back up to standing. Bring your towel. Tried to pull my pants up. I think I made it worse, not better. All right. A little bit of balance work, and then we're out of here. Turn in the towel. I'm going to stand side facing to the screen. Earlier we turned the towel, so we're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to have you repeat the same direction over and over again. So I'm always bringing the same side high and low. On the next repetition, I want you to march to meet your towel and put your foot down. And then I want you to go into a forward lunge and rise back up into the march. A forward lunge, rise back up into the march. So I'm just going to continue to turn the towel. Next time I go, I'm going to go from a front lunge and then a back lunge, and now I'm going to turn the towel the other way. So I march, front lunge, march, back lunge, march, front lunge, march, back lunge. 1 more time, front lunge, back lunge. All right, come back up to stand. So now I've got a new direction to turn the towel, twist it a few times. You're going to add a march to it, leg up, down. All right, so you've got our march component. Now, lunge forward when the towel's vertical. Come up to the march when you go horizontal. Should not have looked sideways. And then up. March down. I'm sorry, march up. Lunge down. Okay, here comes the combo. Front lunge. We go up to march. Now back lunge, turning the towel, and up to march. Front lunge, march it. Back lunge, march it. I'm running into the pottery. Back lunge, and up. 1 more of each. Front lunge, lift. Back lunge, lift. Oh, skin of my teeth on that one. All right, towel behind you. You're going to draw the towel backwards away from your body, and you're going to lift your head and chest into extension. Okay, so I'm keeping the palms facing back, and I'm just reaching up from my heart as I pull the arms back and return. And up. Front view is the only one you haven't gotten. So wide collarbones, lifting your gaze. And now we're going to add, so we go up like that, bend your knees, flex forward. I'm pulling that towel all the way forward to my knee pits, and then up to the top. Inhale, flex and curl forward. Side view. Inhale, exhale, curl, and inhale up and flex forward. 2 more of those. Weight in your heels when you rise up. Curl down. Last time. Lifting, flexing down. All right, last move. So now I'm going to grab the towel in just one hand. Bring it behind my head. I'm going to grab it with my other hand a little bit lower. You can kind of play around with the space between your hands. And then you're just going to extend one arm and then the other, running the towel up and down your back. And we're going to do this 3 more times in this combination. And 2, and 1. All right, let's switch it around. Be gentle on all of you, but watch your shoulders on the switch. The doing it's not so bad because you know it's coming, but see, getting there. Getting there's a joke. All right, side view. So now I'm going to bend one elbow, then the other. Is there anything really interesting to see from the side? Oh, whether or not I kept my head up. Try to keep your head up. Ooh, that's important. I mean, that does make a staticky hair situation. I'm definitely grinding that towel against the back of my head. 2 more times. And release. All right. Throw that towel down. Roll your wrists out a few times. They did a lot of grippies. Maybe give them some jazz hands, things like that. All right, friends. Have a great day. Hope you're living your best life.